Hey, what's up, guys? We're back again with one of the new best decks to dominate ladder in Clash Royale. I put a ton of S-tier cards in one deck, and it worked out wonderfully. You can seamlessly apply aggression with your mortars and graveyards while defending with Royal Delivery and some of the cheapest and best defense in the game with Skeletons and Fire Spirit. I love how versatile the deck is. You can use freeze on offense and defense very effectively with the graveyard, and also on defense if your opponent spams too much stuff at once. You can mortar on defense and defend against balloons, ram riders, any bridge spam, and target their tower at the same time. The flexibility with this deck simply feels unfair, and that's why I like it so much for ladder when you have to accommodate so many different situations. Cannon Cart is one of the best cards in the game by itself, but it's also a great mortar supporter. When it falls apart on your side of the map, it will also protect your mortar, and then your opponent's defenses will fall apart fast. All their units going directly into the mortar will get cannibalized and disintegrated by the Cannon Cart. Having the ever-present offensive threats of the mortar, graveyard, and Cannon Cart plus freeze makes this deck miserable to deal with. But let's go jump straight into some games and assert dominance with one of the best decks that I've made. Thanks to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to support the channel. Dude, first things first, we're just gonna drop a good luck, and if I got my Fire Spirit, you guys already know that is flinging towards our opponent's tower at first glance. Maybe we can go in for like a cannon. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I gotta go Cannon Cart other side, right? Even if I get Skeleton Army, I can go for a Musketeer in the middle and defend whatever you spam here and have the Musketeer still go towards the Lava Hound. That's what a lot of professional 2.6 players do. If Barbarians are coming at them, they'll go Musketeer here, it'll kill the Barbarians, and then it will still go towards the Lava Hound afterwards. So just wanted to highlight that. If you guys don't know, now you know. I'm gonna go for my Musketeer here in case he wants to go for a Miner, so then both towers will be shooting at it. If you want a Fireball and Zap or Fireball plus arrows, still a lot of elixir invested, so I think that's okay for me. I want to go in for a graveyard on the right-hand side and then get away with a Royal Delivery here. That's what my goal is right now. If I can Royal Delivery and clean that... Actually, I'm going to Fire Spirit. Destruction. No, I didn't mean to click the Royal Delivery there. Oh my gosh. That was supposed to be a Fire Spirit. That would have cleaned everything up for one elixir. I just made the game so much harder for myself. Have you guys ever done that before where you won the game? But then you're like, no, let's just screw myself over. My fat fingers just have a mind of their own. The Royal Delivery was behind my tower. Tactical BM, guys. That's the only real explanation. This game was so easy. All I had to drop was a single Fire Spirit, and it was all going to go kaboom. But instead, my mental went kaboom. So he's going to have Tombstone from what we saw last time against my Cannon Cart. So maybe what I can do here is I can go for one of these. I can Fire Spirit on top of the Tombstone, so then the Skeletons go kaboom. And then we can go for Skeletons here, so then he doesn't finish anything off. I can go for Royal Delivery a little bit earlier this time, and then maybe even go for a freeze depending on what happens here. Yeah, I'm going to go for Musketeers instead. I think it's just a better play. I end up taking tower. I think the Musketeer also locks Flying Machine, which is really, really good for me. And look at that. We out here right now. As long as we're able to shut down that Miner, I am definitely going to lose my tower on the left-hand side. But there's still a chance that we can do the dance with a crazy graveyard freeze. So when you graveyard, you go in for a graveyard first because it takes time for the Skeletons to spawn. Then you can Cannon Cart in the middle and be like, hey, what's up, dude? What's good? What's happening? What's popping? Hopefully your tower, right? Look at the skeleton damage. And the Cannon Cart's still locked onto the tower. I don't even know how that happened. I don't even know because he pushed it away with the Tombstone, right? Like that's just should not be in range. Clash Royale's interactions and logic just doesn't make sense, but you know, I'll take it if it's favoring me. All right, I'm going to go for Fire Spirit here, and then I might end up losing the tower, but with 30 seconds remaining, there's no chance that this guy's going to take two. So we're just going to go on to the next one. This one was way too easy. So even with Tactical BM, when you drop a Royal Delivery in the back by accident, you can still destroy Lava Hound. Cycle those Musketeers, and your opponent will cower in fear. So we back in business out here against ZZX. Why isn't there a triple Z, dude? Why can't you be snoring? Why can't you be snoozing and hopefully losing when this Fire Spirit jumps onto your tower? Okay, so he's going to go for a Bar Barrel. Still a -1 trade for him, so I guess I'll take that. Do what we can accomplish here. Oh, I don't like this. I hate overcommitting with Musketeers because you know that Inferno Dragon is going to give him a lot of value on my Cannon Cart. But at the same time, oh wait, never mind. This is ridiculous. This is absurd. This is insane. I can go for Royal Delivery. We can put in so much pain. I love this. The Musketeer's still alive. We're probably going to get Mega Knighted if I'm going to be honest with you guys. There it is. I just felt it. I knew it was going to happen. I can mortar up high and then probably counter this with like a Cannon Cart. So I'm going to go for a mortar here. Get out of my way! Noticed how the Ram Rider was super slow and didn't know where to go. That was amazing for us. I wanted to activate King Tower with the mortar originally. Oh my gosh, that is literally the best interaction of my life. Are you joking right now? That defense was off the chain. That was ridiculous. My goodness, guys. We are operating in a different realm. I feel like we've just escaped into the multiverse or something. This guy is probably perplexed by the fact that I was able to defend that and get a mortar shot on the tower. So I'm going to mortar here so then the bandit locks onto it. I think the electro wizard is going to be the primary target now. I think that the bandit does die to the mortar, so that's good because both towers are able to shoot the mortar from that distance. I'm going to like this. Play musketeer on defense right now. If you think about it, it's likely going to get destroyed by some type of bridge spam. I don't know what the bridge spam this man's going to whip out, but it's going to be something. Ah, there it is. So I'm going to go cannon cart just because I don't know what else this guy's going to do, and I need to save my skeletons to distract the Inferno Dragon if possible. So yeah, that's how we're playing it right now. I'm going to play it a little bit different than I usually would. Please, delivery. Deliver the dominance. Don't let him lock on with that Inferno Dragon. Wow. That was one of the hardest defenses that I've had in a while just because I was like, I don't know if the skeletons are going to get down in time. I don't know if the skeletons are going to get down in time. I don't know if the rail delivery is going to get down in time. And everything was scary because there was just a chance of him winning the game instantaneously there. All right, so the cannon cart likely going to put in enough work against the Ram Rider that I won't have to respond too aggressively.
Help me.
Oh my gosh, dude. You're going to have poison too. Wait, he doesn't know what I have though. There's a chance we can do the dance. I'm going to go for a fire spirit to tank for a graveyard. This is what the world has come down to, guys. I'm going to go for a freeze as well on top of the E-Wiz. It's definitely going to be worth it if I can get more damage on top of the Ram Rider. Oh my gosh, look at that, stacking up the value. I really want to win this game more than anything in Clash Royale right now. I need to win this game. Let me rephrase that. Oh my gosh, really coming down to the wire. I'm going to go for a fire spirit here. Try to get skeletons down, so then the bandit goes towards that. Need to get an Inferno Dragon counter with the rail delivery. I don't know if the bandit's going to lock onto my tower. Woo! Wow! I can't believe the mortar shot the tower there too. Let's get it. Okay, so I want to go in for another graveyard just because he's probably going to go in for a Mega Knight at the river, and I don't want to give him that availability. If you go in for a poison and then you go in for all that other stuff, that's also fine for me as well. I can just go for a defensive mortar. And the one thing that's really, really good that I'm looking at and I'm loving is the fact that, you know, that Ram Rider, it does not break through my buildings that effectively. I could have also frozen on offense, and I think I might have won the game with the mortar connecting to the tower and some other stuff if I was playing very aggressively there. But I'd rather be safe than sorry in this type of matchup against Mr. Mega Knight plus poison. So that's how I'm going to be playing today. I'm going to go in for a rail delivery when I get the opportunity, but first and foremost, I want to go for a freeze, and then rail delivery when more stuff is stacked up and make sure the Mega Knight can't jump onto me. If we hit the E-Wiz too, that'd be phenomenal. Wow, we hit a bandit as well. This is going so much better than I anticipated. I'm going to go for skeletons up top. I think that the Electro Wizard is going to be a problem if it's able to distract the skeletons, so fortunately that doesn't happen. Or finish off the skeletons that were distracting him. With a minute left over, I think I'm just going to play rock solid defense and win this one. There's not going to be much to see here, guys, just because he's going to continuously Mega Knight me. So I think I have won this one. It's going to focus up and win, though. Oh my gosh, this is coming down to the wire. I need the freeze damage, and I get it. Wow, that was a lot closer than I anticipated because he was able to go in for some consistent poisons on my tower there and then use the Mega Knight to stop my bridge spam. So yeah, definitely not the easiest game in the world, and I'm so lucky that Inferno Dragon didn't lock onto my tower at the start. Even if you guys play against people that have poison, you can still win if you play well enough. The only deck that I never want to play against is going to be a Skeleton King Graveyard Poison deck because that, you know, you just can't beat. Hey, we got a game against Danny. What's up, dude? First things first, you guys already know the deal. We're gonna drop a good luck, and I don't have my fire spirit. That just doesn't feel right, you know? You wanna give your opponent a warm embrace with the fire spirit every single time that you face them, because it's always able to give you 300 damage. It's my favorite card to cycle. Go for skeletons because, well, it's a cheap elixir investment, allowing me to figure out what my opponent's got. Maybe they're gonna spam on the other side, but when I've got cannon cart and musketeer and royal delivery, I'm not too scared. I'm gonna go for a musketeer here, and if you want to go in for a graveyard, that's fine. If you want to go for a balloon, that's also okay because I have freeze. So I'm not gonna lose my musketeer. I'll be able to kill the baby dragon. I'm also able to go for a fire spirit. So even if you go for a freeze, you're gonna lose your balloon. I was really hoping he would go for a freeze.
Pizza time.
So I made a prediction with the fire spirit. It was only a -1 trade to make sure that I was going to be safe rather than sorry, and there's a chance that he would overcommit with 4 elixir and get absolutely nothing out of it. So I stand by my play. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way we wanted. I might be able to go in for another mortar here, but usually when you play against someone with balloon, you want to save your mortar on defense. So I'm consistently going to be going in for a musketeer instead of going in for my mortar, because musketeer I can keep alive with skeletons. I can go in for rail deliveries if he wants to stack up a lot of stuff. definitely will get better interactions than my opponent. So I'm going to go for cannon cart first and foremost, make sure that that goes towards the wrong thing. If you overcommit like that, you are crazy. You are one wild child. Not only does that Inferno Dragon die, but my Musketeer stays alive. And now I can go in for a graveyard because we've got immaculate counter push with the Musketeer. He's going to have to overspend. Without having the right card cycle, this is going to be really problematic because the Musketeer locks onto the tower, dealing 400 damage per swing. That is ridiculous. She is hitting multiple home runs on that tower. I might be able to go in for a Fire Spirit and then a Mortar here. Generally, this is what we like to do because it is able to go and pull the balloon as far as possible. And then I can go in for a Musketeer and the other side. So if he wants to go in for a freeze, he's not able to hit the Musketeer and the tower. So he has to pick which one does he want to hit. So notice that I didn't drop it in the wrong spot. I made sure that it was targeting the balloon first, and I also made sure that he wasn't able to hit the freeze on top of the Muskie and the tower. Even though it went opposite lane, I still think that was a really good decision. He's going to eat the entire Musketeer because this is how this man is built. When you play against Lumberjack balloon players, this is how they play. They just go all in every single day. I might go in for a Fire Spirit here and then try to assassinate that Inferno Dragon, but it seems like it would be a stark overcommitment, so I'm not going to do that too early on. I'm going to freeze, and I'm going to go in for a Mortar, and then be able to pull all this stuff to the other side again, hopefully. We'll see if I need to. I think I can just go for Royal Delivery and it cleans everything up. This is such a clean defense because the Mortar also shot the tower at the same time, and now I can go for Graveyard on the right-hand side because I want him to go and drop things that he doesn't want to. Like, now he has to defend this. You can't just, like, aimlessly ignore skeletons that are throwing at your tower, throwing up fists and wanting to fight. That would be a delightful amount of damage for me. I can go in for a cannon cart here to body block the baby dragon. Oh, he's going to go in for another. Oh, wow, just super aggressive every single time, every single angle. No matter whatever opportunity this guy has, he's going to all in me. I'm going to go in for a Mortar as well just to be able to pull this back. I want to make sure that the balloon is going to die so I can Fire Spirit as well. Make sure that it jumps onto the balloon. Oh, wait. That's so bad. How did that happen? All right, I'm going to eat that. I'm going to go for a Graveyard because I think despite the situation being pretty bad for me, as long as the cannon cart crosses the river, this should be enough for me to win the game. Because the Musketeer is going to be able to power through all of his stuff. I know that he doesn't have any direct source of damage, so he has to go for a freeze, and then I can freeze on top of his freeze. And it's just a winter wonderland of damage where the skeletons are thriving, even though there's 3 of them. That's all we need. GG, well played, and peace out. It was a pleasure ripping your tower to pieces. One thing to remember whenever you're playing against someone with Freeze Balloon, they need to get on top of your tower to finish it off. So even if your tower's at 500 HP, if you're able to get counter push to win the game, always take that opportunity. They're never going to be able to spell cycle you because Freeze basically does negative damage. Hey, we got a game against TNE. We're going to sauce out a good luck and we're going to see what's happening. Going to go for the Fire Spirit. You guys already know the deal. This guy's furious to see the Fire Spirit, dropping that negative interaction. He's just could not be angrier than this. What's up with that, man? He's having a bad day or something? I hope your day gets better. Well, it's going to get a little bit worse for you because I've got Graveyard Freeze and you just dropped a poison. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go other side. I think that the Musketeer would die, and I don't want to go and have him get counter pushed in the side that he already has damage in. All right, I'm going to freeze. Oh, I hit everything. I didn't know if the Ice Wizard was going to walk up into it. I didn't think the Ice Wizard was going to walk up into it. That is so clean. Now I can finish off everything with a Royal Delivery. We can deliver the dominance on a silver platter. The only thing I dislike about this is he's probably in a graveyard, and I want to kill this really quickly before he oh, he drops the ability immediately. He dropped the ability absolutely immediately. Double graveyards in the house. That is not what we wanted to see at all. Oh my gosh. A 2 elixir graveyard utterly destroying my towers and dreams. So if I win this matchup, I can win anything. This has to be the worst matchup imaginable for Clash Royale, right? If your opponent's going to end up having a graveyard deck with Poison and then also Skeleton King, and you're running Graveyard Freeze, yeah, it's not going to look so good for you. I'm going to go for Musketeer, and hopefully he gets overcommittal. Like, hopefully he just feels so solid in his situation where he's got an amazing matchup, and then he poisons on the Musketeer, and then just loses the game. That's what I was hoping for. It didn't happen. I'm going to Graveyard, and maybe we can get some extra value. I'm going to try to get that Musketeer to lock onto the tower. That's 300 damage per hit. Please give me the value. Nah, you're just going to go Skeleton King and get a ton of skeletons. That card is so broken. Clash Royale, I don't know. I don't know how you think that's fair and balanced, but it's going to be a 2 elixir graveyard on my tower. You know, I spent 5 elixir, and now he's got a 2 elixir one. No! So there's really nothing you can do in this matchup, guys. You just look at it and you're like, okay, it is what it is. This is one of the few matchups in the game that you just automatically lose. 2 elixir graveyard is better than a 5 elixir one. You can't win them all, but we'll bounce on to the next one. All right, we got a game against the Deadly Goblins. So is this guy going to be running log bait, or is he going to end up having some weird goblin drill deck with log bait as well? I feel like he's got to have all of the goblins in one deck. To be honest, we've did a goblins versus skeletons video on the tribe channel, and skeletons are so much better than goblins. Like Goblin Giant, terrible. Skeleton King is actually a champion, and there's no goblin champion yet. There might be in the future. We'll have to wait and see on that end. All right, I definitely want a graveyard because the Cannoneer is going to be able to protect the Musketeer. I feel like this is going to be a good transaction for me, depending on what he has. Really unfortunate that he had minions. So credit where credit is due. I might get spammed absolutely just full send in the left-hand side. I've got skeletons to go and kite the minions to the other side, so I don't have to spend too much elixir. So this is going to be a much better trade for me than dropping a rail delivery.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Because I can just get away with 1 elixir, and then, you know, it's not too bad. I'm going to Fire Spirit, so then he drops something in front of the P.E.K.K.A. so he can't build up a massive parade push, and we'll see what else this guy's got in store. Generally, against P.E.K.K.A. Battle Ram, you're not going to have very many resets. Like, I don't have a log, I don't have a snowball, I have nothing for pushback. So against Battle Ram, that's going to be a huge problem. A lot of times I'll actually have to go in for something that's over-committing to damage it down pretty quickly, or I'll have to go in for like a freeze in the last remaining seconds so I don't lose my tower to the Battle Ram. A Fire Spirit as well. He's not going to be able to get damage with the P.E.K.K.A. He got a lot of damage with that Battle Ram connection, but it is what it is. Most of the time I'll be using my mortar on top of the Battle Ram, but I had to drop my mortar a little bit earlier, so that was just uncomfortable. Oh man, I don't have skeletons or Fire Spirit on top of the Royal Ghost, so I'm going to have to go in for a rail delivery here, and I might still take a ton of damage. I might get the rail delivery downtime. I don't think so, though. I really don't think so. No! Oh, that is ridiculous value from our opponent. But well played. Credit where credit is due. If you're down in a desolate spot, just remember that it's never over till it's actually over. Even though this looks terrible, I believe that we can do it. I believe that we can win. So I'm going to use skeletons, and I'm going to go for a Fire Spirit. I think he might even zap on the skeletons. We'll have to wait and see. I wanted to Fire Spirit so that the minions didn't lock onto my tower. Pretty easy cleanup for a 1 elixir investment. Yeah, I can go in for a cannon cart and then go for a graveyard, because if you think about his deck, the minions are out of cycle. He's not going to have a good answer to the graveyard. So I think this is our opportunity. We have to seize the chance that we have it. I'm going to freeze as well. He's going to go for like an E-Wiz most likely, but he's still going to take a ton of damage. The cannon cart is able to cannibalize on top of the remaining units that he had. And I might be able to get away with like a rail delivery here, and then go in for skeletons up top to go and pull stuff, and then Fire Spirit afterwards so that we can make sure that the minions don't do too much damage, and then freeze afterwards, then everything dies. Wow, I don't think I could have done that better than I did. Minions again are out of cycle, so I'm just going to go unload with another graveyard, I think, unless the Musketeer dies. Aw, that's unlucky. I really wanted that Musketeer to stay alive. She had so much to live for. She gave me so much value. In the end, it didn't even matter. I'm going to go in for a Musketeer here. Remember, if he fireballs on this side, it's going to be healthier tower, so it doesn't matter too much. Might be able to get away with a mortar here. It's going to be able to splash onto all of his stuff, so it seems worth it. If he goes in for too many things in the same lane, I am able to freeze. I feel like I'm going to freeze anyway, and then go for a rail delivery, and then follow up with skeletons. Oh, wait. Wow, that mortar pulled. I had no clue that that was going to do that. Opposite lane mortar pulls a Battle Ram. You don't know, now you know. That was ridiculous. I've never had that happen before. All right, I'm going to go for another Musketeer. We've got a lot of cannon carts clogged up at the river, so I think I can just overzealously continue to spam, because he's going to have to fireball this, and then he has no elixir for the graveyard. Oh, he's not going to fireball it. He's actually smart. I was hoping he wasn't smart. I was hoping he was a potato. The cannon carts are clutching up, though. The mortar locks onto the tower. I can likely go in for skeletons here, have the rail delivery just pop off and clean up the rest of his stuff. He zaps to reset, but it's not going to hit the... it's not going to hit that at all. Mortar is just consistently locking onto the tower. And as you guys can see, even though we had a really bad start, specifically because this deck has so many ways of making comebacks, you're just able to relentlessly spam and be successful. So I'm going to go for another graveyard. I've got freeze on deck, and I should walk with win. No matter what you do, whether it's an Electro Wizard or minions, it's going to get frozen in place, and your tower is going to evaporate. GG, well played, and peace out. Very fun game. It shows you the true power of this deck on defense. Even though I took 2,000 damage at the start, comeback was ridiculously clutch. Like, subscribe for more daily content, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.